Peggy here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. And I'm here today to talk about capsules versus tinctures versus teas, because I get a lot of questions on these, and because I have videos out on how to make your homemade medicinal extracts / tinctures, some people will ask about, well, what about making tea or making capsules? Well, I have videos about those too. In fact, I do teas far more than I do tinctures and extracts, but they all have their different benefits and uses, and it's going to depend on each individual person and what's best for them or what they can handle. So I actually have a playlist on various different tea blends that I use, and I don't follow a strict recipe for any one of them because it's all going to be dependent on what my body needs right then or the flavor I'm trying to obtain. But all of my teas have different medicinal and health benefits no matter what kind it is I'm making. But what I'll do is I'll link you to my tea making playlist in the description box down below if you'd like to get some ideas of different blends that I've come up with that I really like. And I'm always adding something new and changing it up. I never make 2 pots of tea the same. And yes, I almost always, when I'm making tea, I make a whole pot at a time. So one of the things I like about teas is they're quick and they're easy, and you can make each batch or even each cup according to how you need it at that moment. Whereas a set blend for a tincture or an extract is, once you have it made up, it's always the same. And maybe you don't want or need all that's in there. And the other benefit to making teas over extracts or capsules is they're actually going to be not only really the easiest to make up right away, but also in the long run, they're going to be the most frugal, especially if you're growing a lot of your own medicinal herbs and spices. And when I make my teas, it's usually a combination of things that I already grow, because I grow a lot of medicinal herbs, but also combined with those things that I cannot grow or do not grow yet, such as cinnamon, cloves. Now, when it comes to tinctures and extracts, the nice thing about these, and this was the question I come up with, why can't you just make a tea? Well, I guess it depends on who you are and what kind of flavors you can handle, because when you're talking my pain one here, this is my own special blend. All these are my own special blends, actually. They're my own recipes. But I have feverfew in here, and feverfew is very bitter. It's not something I would ever want to prolong the flavor of by making a tea out of it. But it is very effective at helping with pain, even if it's migraine, and also reducing inflammation. Very, very effective. But I do also make it as a blend with certain other herbs such as catmint, valerian leaf, and more. And catmint does make a decent tea, especially if you mix it with like a peppermint or some other type of mint like that. It can be a nice tea, but this blend is not very tasty like this. And on top of that, usually your extracts, because you only need to take a little bit, you can just get it done quickly, and it's also going to typically work faster because you're taking a stronger dose all at once than sipping on a hot tea and then having it take a while for it to really give it help with whatever it is. If you're looking for immediate relief, when we're talking pain, usually you're wanting more immediate relief. And then the same thing goes with my deep sleep and muscle relaxer extract. Valerian root is not one I would want to have as a tea. It would stink up the house, and the flavor is so-so, and I wouldn't want to drink that as a tea. Now, valerian leaf, I don't mind so much, but the root, no. But this is very powerful. You only need a teeny tiny bit, so you can just get it over with right away. And so I do like keeping that on hand. And then I have the natural antibiotic, which is one, even though this looks like it gets used a lot, it really doesn't by us. It's because I tend to share it more than we actually use it. For if someone in the family has an ear infection or whatever, then I give them some of the homemade antibiotic. And usually 1 dose in most cases is all they need. Sometimes, like my daughter-in-law, when she had an ear infection, I think she had to take it for 3 days, like 3 doses, 1 each day, before it finally cleared it up. But at any rate, I do like keeping those on hand, not just for us, but for other people as they need them. And then here's the other thing about extracts and tinctures that let's clarify. I did do a recent video on that, you know, the difference between extracts and tinctures, which really is not a big deal. Just make it how it suits you. And that's the thing, just like with teas, extracts and tinctures, you make them to suit you. You can make them completely alcohol free. You can make them low alcohol, or you can use vodka or even higher proof alcohol than that. Even though I personally don't recommend Everclear, you can use a higher proof vodka if you want. And that's all going to be tailored to the person and their needs and whether or not they can or should not have alcohol. And remember, I am at this time, I'll do a video update on this, but I am still working on this extract right here that I'm making using maple syrup for those who are vegan or can't have raw honey, or cannot have glycerin and cannot have alcohol. So this is an experiment I'm trying so I can share it with others to find out if maple syrup would be a useful solvent for extracting herbs. And once it's done, if I have any kind of headache or whatever, I'm going to give it a try. So I don't know how long that's going to take before I'll need it, because I don't get headaches near as often as I used to back when I was dependent on over-the-counter medications for that. But yes, I will say that generally speaking, tinctures and extracts are faster acting than a tea is going to be. And I would say even faster acting in most cases than making capsules. But capsules are another way. So whether it be you buy the capsules or you make them yourselves, the nice thing about making them yourselves is in some cases you can make it for less than buying pre-made capsules, and then you know exactly what's going in it. For example, the turmeric capsules that you'll see in here, there's other ones too, but it's mostly turmeric. You see the green ones. The green ones in there are made from my own homegrown herbs. And I have a video on both of these capsules, where the turmeric ones, these are both for pain. It's another pain remedy that we'll use from time to time. Because I like to switch things up, and turmeric is a good one for pain, but this is a blend as well, where the turmeric capsules I have in here are just plain turmeric. Because even though popular current belief makes you think that you have to have black pepper with your turmeric in order to make it bioavailable in the body, that's not true, because it interacts with all kinds of different things. And I did a video several years ago on that I'll link to down below. So these ones I made just plain turmeric. These ones are, like I said, the turmeric ones in here are also a blend with a couple other spices. So go check out that video. Though I find the extract works better for me when I have a headache than the capsules. Sometimes the capsules I do like using in place of the extract. And for those who can't handle to take an extract or a tincture, they just can't handle the flavor, a capsule might be, or 2 or 3, will be a better option. But people who can't handle taking pills, anything like this, some people just can't do it, then a tincture or a tea is going to be a better option. That's the beauty of this, is it's not that one is superior to the other, it's that one's going to be better for one person than for another. Because if you're not going to take this because you can't stand the flavor, then what's the point of having it? How about making a capsule instead? You got to make and do what's going to work best for you. Now, as I noted, I use all 3 methods. In here you'll find moringa, because I don't especially care for the taste of moringa. And so I have moringa capsules for if I feel like I need that little extra, though that one doesn't get taken as often. I do keep some eggshell capsules on hand, though typically when I take the eggshell powder, I just add a spoonful to some kind of liquid, usually some leftover cold tea, and then just drink it down so I can save on capsules. I have black walnut if we ever need that. It's naturally anti-parasitic. And then I mentioned the turmeric. And the turmeric is one of those I actually like the flavor of. It's the color I hate, and I hate the way it stains everything. So I prefer to take it in a capsule form if I'm going to do that. It's the one that I prefer taking as in a capsule form the most. I tried adding it to extracts and tinctures. I just hate the way it stains everything, but that's just me. The flavor's great. I can handle the flavor, no problem. And the other one I forgot to mention that I also have in here is ashwagandha. Another one I hate the flavor of. So sometimes I'll do the capsules, and sometimes I'll take it in the form of the jet fueled latte blend. And I've got a lot of stuff in there that helps cover up the ashwagandha flavor. Cannot stand the taste of that root. I would say that tinctures and capsules are on par with each other, but I like them and hate them for different reasons. Tinctures and extracts are easier to make up and don't require me buying capsules. While the capsules can be tedious to make and require buying the capsules themselves, in a lot of cases they're easier for me to take than an extract or a tincture. And I would say cost-wise, they're probably comparable to the two, because with your tinctures and extracts, usually you're buying some kind of solvent. Usually, I mean, I use homemade wine, so it's free, but I also use raw honey, which is not free to us. It's expensive and we don't keep bees, at least not yet. So I still have to buy some things to go in there. Here I have to buy the capsules if I'm going to make capsules. So I do try to not use capsules as much, but they are definitely nice to have on hand when you really need to take care of whatever it is, and an extract or a tincture isn't something you want to take, or you want to focus just on that one particular herb like I have in here. So I recently made up a bunch of turmeric ones because I am trying to heal the ligament in my knee, and turmeric, ginger, a lot of these other herbs and spices are ways that I can do that. And since I get the ginger in the tea, then I'm just looking for plain turmeric, because that's the one thing I just don't want to take in any other format. It's too bitter or just nasty tasting, you just don't like the flavor of to take in a tea form, then capsules are just another form where you can get that, where you don't have to taste it at all. The tincture, you still have to taste it, but it's fast and you get it over with quick. Capsules, you don't have to taste it at all. So again, all totally up to the person. And coming back to the teas, my personal favorite, I drink herbal teas every single day, but I always mix it up. I might have the same basic tea if it's ones I'm not as concerned about getting too much of 2 or 3 days in a row, but I do still try to not have it every single day for a week. I try to mix it up. Like one day, maybe I'll make a plain peppermint tea. Another day, I'm going to make a spice tea that has cloves and nutmeg and ginger and cinnamon, and maybe some astragalus thrown in there too to help boost the immune system. Another day, it might be focused on other herbs that I might need to help my body heal, such as using horsetail or comfrey to help heal my knee, or whatever else it is I'm dealing with at the time. And then the summertime, when I got fresh herbs coming in, I love to make a good lemon balm ginger tea, or a lilac tea is really tasty. And they're all going to have their different benefits. So again, I'm going to recommend you check out, if you just want some ideas of tea blends, you don't have to follow any specific recipe. Again, it's up to you. You can check out the different videos that I've been throwing out there for years now on some different tea blends. It can just be one thing. It does not have to be a blend. I usually do blends, but ginger and peppermint are two of the ones that I do enjoy every now and then having it just by itself. So just fresh ginger tea. Fresh is best when you're talking about tea, or peppermint tea, be it dried or fresh. Fresh in the summertime when I got it growing like crazy, drying up a bunch so that I can use it dried. Got a lot of different tea fixings back here in the wintertime when I'm in the mood for peppermint tea. So anyway, I hope that helps. Just give you some ideas, and also link you back to the different videos I have on making the tinctures and extracts, the capsules, and so much more, so that you can kind of play with these different things and just figure out what your body needs, or what it is you're trying to heal from. Again, don't feel like you got to follow any one person's strict guidelines. Be creative and think outside the box. Just use other people's ideas to give you ideas to tailor something to suit you. Okay, so don't forget, check those links down below, and any thoughts or ideas you'd like to share with others, please put those in comments down below. And thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.